Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here, and Secureteam is officially back. And it's good to be back, and of course in our absence there has been no shortage of mysterious activity and high strangeness happening around the world. And well, let's go ahead and get right to the news. The first thing I want to talk about today is this very strange line that was recently discovered spanning nearly half of the entire globe, after being detected in satellite imagery on the well-known software tool known as Google Earth. And so in Google Earth, there is a specific setting that allows you to turn on the cloud formations or weather happening around the Earth. And when that was turned on, it was discovered that this very pronounced, very massive, and very long white line had appeared wrapping around the Earth. At first glance, it looks like possibly a cloud of some sort, but it's really out of place, and I have no idea what it is or what created it. And so here we are, we're on Google Earth, and even zoomed all the way out, you can already see this thing, and it only gets more pronounced as we zoom in, so let's go ahead and do that. So here we are, and what we know is that this line up in the atmosphere starts right around the tip of Antarctica, where it then spans in almost a complete straight line over the entire South American continent before finally ending in, you guessed it, the North Pole. So here we have clear evidence of something that created this line moving around half of the globe, reaching a distance of between 12 and 13,000 miles. And as we move around the Earth, you'll notice that there are no other lines. This was not created by an airliner, okay? This map here, and at this distance, only gives us images of the major cloud formations and weather happening around the Earth. Now, there are obviously, even in this image, and we can't see it, hundreds of thousands of contrails being left by airlines. However, we cannot see them. They are much too small, much too thin. So whatever created this cloud formation, if that's what it is, it would have to be massive. And not only that, would have the ability to go from Antarctica, spanning 13,000 miles in a straight line all the way to the North Pole without stopping, without changing direction, and would have had to have done this fast enough as to where it would leave this entire line of clouds almost in perfect condition, like it traversed the Earth in a matter of seconds or minutes. Because as we're looking at this, there's no distortion in the cloud, which if any of you have ever watched a plane go by, it'll spray a contrail or chemtrail, depending on who you are, and within maybe 20 minutes, the trail will often disperse and disappear. And that's not what we're seeing here. So this is really baffling. Antarctica, well, both poles, in fact, the North and the South, have always been a topic of mystery. We've spoken about it a lot on the channel. Strange things happening in both areas of the Earth. When I saw this, it reminded me of a story that we posted on last year, where satellites detected these mysterious energy waves that took the form of what appeared to be a spiral coming from exactly the same area of Antarctica, stretching over South America and heading up north. And you're seeing a screenshot from those satellite images here, and the path of this mystery energy wave that we never did find out what it was, where it was coming from, except that it was emanating from the South Pole. It moved directly up in the same direction over the edge of South America, just as this white line is doing here. So are the two linked? Is there some sort of secret test being done here? Or whatever this line was it even created by something on Earth? That is the big question. So with that, you guys can head over to Google Earth. If it's still there, check it out for yourselves. It is really bizarre, so tell me what you think down below. Now, in other news, I have just received a video of a mysterious UFO sighting that occurred over Belarus, so check this out.
Что это такое? Вика, только ты едь осторожно, как Верон тебе сказал. Ой, как стильно. Что это такое? Смотри, улетает дальше.
Okay, so what has been described as either a cylinder, a rectangle, or even a saucer-shaped mystery object, unidentified object, seen glowing and sitting above the skies of Belarus, which, if you don't know, is a country located in Eastern Europe on the border of Poland and Lithuania. Now, the people who were in the car recording this had no explanation of the event. It was said that from their viewpoint, whatever the object was, it was much too large to have been a plane or anything like that. They described it as almost looking as if it were on fire. And just to narrow it down further, should we have any viewers in this area, it was captured on February 17th of this year in Belarus between Minsk and Soligorsk. So if any of you have any more information, do send me an email or post it down below. And so now, what would a new Secureteam video be without a new report of more mysterious booms happening around the world? And there's no shortage. A mystery boom was said to have rattled homes in Oconee County in South Carolina just days ago, sending residents into a social media fury as to what caused houses to rattle and shake, and with no reports of strange weather or earthquakes in the area to explain the mystery phenomenon.
Social media started buzzing last night about a mysterious boom reported by people in communities across Oconee County. The National Weather Service confirmed it wasn't weather-related, and the U.S. Geological Survey reported no sign of earthquake activity.
Yes, we can cross those two things off our list, but Fox Carolina's Margaret Burnquist, she wanted to find out what it is. She's live in Seneca. So, Margaret, we reached out to the Oconee County Sheriff's Office and Emergency Management last night, but they didn't have any reports. So have you gotten any farther with finding out what was behind these booms?
Well, you know, those agencies didn't have any reports, but they were aware of the social media buzz and that online conversation about what people heard and felt here in Seneca and in other communities across Oconee County last night at about 10 p.m. That conversation is still a hot topic today.
Well, last night I was getting ready to go to bed. My husband had already went to bed, and all of a sudden there was a big boom sound, and the house actually shook and rattled. Because, I mean, it was loud. It just shook everything.
And since they were shaken up themselves, Teresa posted a message to an Oconee County Facebook group.
Started asking, had anybody else heard or felt what we had felt? And within just a few minutes, there was like 35 people had started responding, and it was all over. There was one gentleman from Central, there was one gentleman from Long Creek, there was people from Mountain Rest, Walhalla, Westminster, Salem, the Tomasi area.
Theories on social media included everything from explosions to earthquakes.
I don't know. I have no idea. I would like to know.
Okay, so here we go, guys. I told you it wouldn't stop, and it hasn't. This stuff has continued. And while we're talking about the Carolinas, I don't know if this is linked or not, but as this was happening, we had some more strangeness up in North Carolina, on the coast actually, happening at about the same time that this occurred, after thousands of fish were discovered along a 2-mile stretch of North Carolina beach. Now, to quote one of the sources who were there investigating, they said most of the dead fish were of a menhaden variety, that's what they're called. And a spokeswoman by the name of Patricia Smith, who works for the North Carolina Division of Marine Fisheries, said that in some places the fish were piled extremely thick, stating, quote, "it's a significant number of fish." State fisheries officers found no signs or marks or sores, and that a crew flew over the site after the morning fog cleared, and they did not see any commercial fishing boats offshore or in the area either. She further went on to say, quote, "we're not sure what's going on at this point." Officers have collected samples of the fish for further testing, and state water quality experts also went there for observation. So, thousands of fish found over a 2-mile span on North Carolina beach just north of Corolla, and they have no idea what's caused it. Now, could all of these mystery animal die-offs have something to do with these booms and flashes of light that are happening all over the world? Are they connected? I don't know. You give me your theories down below. But as I said before, these mystery booms, shaking houses, scaring people, earthquakes all ruled out. They don't know what's causing them. And I have no doubt we will have another report in our next video. So stay tuned for that. And lastly today, before we go, I just want to thank all of you guys who did stop over and watch the documentary that I posted for 48 hours, Australian Skies 2. I want to give a big thanks to the makers of that film and to Liam for allowing us to follow him on his journey and putting himself out there in a very narrow-minded and often cruel world. Now, whether you like the film or you didn't, whether you're a skeptic or a believer, I think that films like this and stories like this are a good indicator that the UFO phenomenon is happening around the world, not just in the United States where I'm based, but it's happening everywhere. And so I am happy to continue working with anybody in the future who wants to further dive into this topic, whether it be promoting other films. And while we're on topic, I just want to let you guys know that I think it's about time for a Secureteam documentary. I've been discussing this with my contact at The Orchard, which is the film distribution company who is behind some major Hollywood documentaries that we featured here on the channel. And the man who I've been working with for years now, Jim Martin, he has said that he is very excited to work with me in future in putting out a documentary by Secureteam for Secureteam fans and people around the world. I really think it could be something special. Tell me what you guys think about that and stay tuned because I've got things in the works, we're in talks, and hopefully we can make it happen. And it seems that The Orchard wants to go forward, so stay tuned for that. It's good to be back. I want to thank you all for your continued support and viewership. Subscribe, follow me on social media, and I will see you all back in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.